If you've been struggling to lose weight and you are super frustrated, you're gonna wanna watch this. What's up everyone, I'm Natasha, aka Me Adora, Mama 4, certified life transformation nutrition hormone coach. I help women lose weight, especially the busy mamas, especially women that have hormone issues, which is most women. And I'm also a former RN. So I've been on this mission to help people get right with their weight, with their hormones, with their body, and with their life, ever since my husband passed away back in 2019 from colon cancer. So I wanted to tackle this topic today because I feel like I'm talking to women every single day on social media. They're hitting me up and they're so frustrated because they're like, I don't understand what's going on. I'm trying to lose weight. I feel like I've tried everything. Nothing is working. I'm gaining weight. I have PCOS, fibromyalgia, perimenopause symptoms, other menopause issues, bloating issues, digestive issues, troubles focusing, anxiety, mood swings, depression. These are all symptoms of hormonal imbalances. So there's different things that cause and lead to weight loss resistance. But for simplicity's sake, I want to keep this so simple for you guys. So we're just going to talk about insulin, and I'll probably talk a little bit about cortisol today as well, which is the stress hormone, okay? I want you guys to know your bodies. This is an educational channel, okay? The more you know, the more you are empowered to make better decisions for yourself, and the more you can advocate for better life choices for yourself, okay? This is not about restrictive diets. This is not about a strenuous exercise program. This is not about starving yourself, beating yourself up, guilt and shaming yourself to do things more disciplined. No. What I have learned from not only myself, my own transformation, my own glow up as a mama, but also just watching what my husband went through and what I've learned there, and all the women that I coach and I help on social media to lose weight. The more simple you can make it, and the more you know and understand and become aware of your own body, the more likely you're willing to stick to the changes, okay? The more complicated we make it, the more likely you're gonna get frustrated and just quit. Okay, and that's not what this is about. I'm here to encourage you, to help you. So relax, breathe, go grab some tea or coffee. Maybe not coffee. Grab some tea, grab some water, and sit back and relax. Go grab a notebook too. Okay, so if you're struggling to lose weight, you might have insulin resistance. So insulin is a main hormone, a master hormone that literally takes, when you eat food, the sugar in the body, the glucose in the body, and stores it, okay? Now, if you have an insulin issue and you become insulin resistant, it literally makes it so challenging to actually burn fat. So I wanna help you turn your body from a fat storage machine into a fat burning machine, okay? Because research has shown, I don't wanna scare you, but research has shown that insulin resistance and prediabetes and just having blood sugars issues, it ages you faster, first of all, and it predisposes you to so many diseases, okay? Like dementia, cardiovascular disease, cancers, arthritis, autoimmune issues, and it's just super frustrating, okay? So we're not gonna do that. So on this video, I'm gonna teach you guys signs that you might have insulin resistance, and then what to actually do about insulin resistance. Here are some common signs that you might have insulin resistance that could be leading to weight loss resistance and just stubborn weight gain. So first thing is stubborn belly fat. So you tend to gain a lot of fat in your belly. No matter what you're doing, it's just not going away. Second thing is fatigue. Third thing is mood swings, okay? Number 4 is high blood pressure, high blood pressure. Number 5 is high triglycerides. Number 6 is high blood sugar, fasting blood sugar levels. If you've actually done your blood work, if you haven't done your blood work, I recommend you go get your blood work done. Even if you're not a diabetic or pre-diabetic, I am not either, but I get my blood work done. I'll leave a video for you guys. Go check this video out. It's so important. It's called Biohacking Your Hormones so you can age in reverse. You gotta know your numbers. Okay, more signs of insulin resistance. Skin tags. So they're like little skin tags on the body, growing on the body. Skin pigmentation, PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, water retention, So you're literally retaining water. That's also what's causing the high blood pressure. So if you have any of these symptoms, they could be a sign of insulin resistance. Now, there's another hormone that I'm going to just mention right now because I focus on it so much if you've been following me on social media, and that is cortisol. That's your stress hormone. So cortisol and insulin levels, these two things are so important for weight loss, and they are major contributors to that stubborn belly fat because your body is in fight or flight mode. It's just not happy with you right now because it's not because of you. It's because of our food environment, stress, life, perimenopause, menopause, babies. All of these things cause hormone fluctuations, and those two master hormones significantly impact your body's ability to lose weight. Okay, so what can you do about this? Because this is reversible, you guys, and this is preventable. This is why I'm teaching you this, okay? This is gonna make your weight loss journey so much simpler. You hear all over social media, it's all about calorie restrictions and restrictive diets, and you just need to exercise more. No, that is not true. How everyone's body handles calories and converts it is so different. So for me, just by accident, because I was just trying to deal with trauma and stress and anxiety and my energy levels, I focused on my hormones instead of calories for the first time in my life after I went through my loss. And this beautiful thing happened. All of a sudden, for the first time in my life, I didn't have to obsess about calories anymore because I just became my ideal weight, and my skin cleared up, and I had no more joint pain and no more digestive issues. And I just felt amazing. I had so much energy and focus. And all of that was because I was just focusing on my hormones. That's how powerful your hormones are. They literally control everything in the body, but so many things influence your hormones, okay? This is for women and men, but as women, we go through a lot more hormonal changes. That's why most women, by the time they come to me and they're actually ready to invest into themselves, they're around the perimenopause, menopause age. Before that, we women, we just kind of sacrifice ourselves, which is the honest truth as moms. But I'm hoping that I can change that for you guys. Okay, so what can you do about this? The number one thing, you've heard this before, this is kind of an obvious thing to do, but it's really hard for people to stick to. So I want you to focus on some of my other solutions, okay? So the first thing is just having a low carb diet or cut out the sugars, okay? So you'll hear people talk about like keto diets and low carb diets and all that. I think that's great if you can stick to it, but for my community, I have a community of very busy moms. A lot of them have gone through divorces, loss, they're grandmas, they're business owners. They are just super, super busy moms, and they're taking care of whole families. So it's not realistic, and I fall into that category too, so it's not a judgment. I tried keto and I tried all these crazy restrictive diets, and then what I found is it actually added more stress to my life. And when you add more stress to your life and you increase your cortisol levels, it actually makes it harder to lose weight. Have you guys ever noticed that? As soon as you start obsessing about food and stressing about losing weight, you actually put on weight? It's because it's the cortisol. Okay, so we're not doing that. We're keeping it simple. So if you can't stick to a low carb, keto type diet, that's okay. I want you to focus on the next thing that you can do. And this is so effective. And that's just intermittent fasting. Okay, done tons of videos on this. You guys can go watch it after. It's not a diet, it's just a way of eating. It allows your body to have a fasting window and an eating window. It literally helps your body go into a fat burning machine, okay? Because you're gonna give your body a break so it can tap into its fat store cells. And it actually helps lower your insulin levels, and it helps improve your insulin sensitivity, okay? It's amazing. The next thing you can do that's super effective is stop snacking all day long, okay? When you're constantly eating, constantly snacking, you're constantly elevating your blood sugar levels and constantly elevating your insulin levels. And what that does is eventually over time, the body becomes resistant to the insulin because it's like, I've had too much of you.
You're right, I shouldn't have eaten all that bread. Want to split a dessert?
I want a divorce.
Okay, so I'm not gonna work with you as well anymore. So give your body a break in between meals. Try not to snack. Just give yourself at least 4 hours in between meals so it allows your body to tap into its fat for energy, okay? And so you might think, oh, I can't go that long without eating. No, one is probably just a habit of you just wanting to eat because you're mindlessly eating. A lot of people are like that. Two is just drink more water. And then also what you can do is do things so you're like the types of foods that you're eating during your eating window so you're not spiking your blood sugar up and down, Okay, that leads me to my next point. When you are eating, try to include more fiber and protein with your meals. Okay, so you want to aim for about 30 grams of fiber and about 30 grams of fiber per day, and try to aim for 30 grams of protein. Try to aim for 30 grams of protein per meal. This is just on average for women, okay? And what that's going to do, it's going to slow the spike in your blood sugar levels and slow the spike in your insulin levels. And that's what we want. We don't want the up and down. That's what causes the food cravings and the fatigue. And you guys heard of the carb comas and all that stuff. That's what that causes. We want a nice slow increase of blood sugar, insulin, and then that's it, okay? So by including more fiber and more protein into each meal, that's going to help with that. If you're struggling with the fiber intake, I get it. I 100% get that. I have a phenomenal fiber product that you guys can check out. I'll just leave the information below and you can check it out, okay? And you just literally mix it before you have your meals, and it slows down that spike in the blood sugar and the insulin levels, okay? So the next thing, during your eating window, because remember you have your fasting window and your eating window. During your eating window, you want to be eating more thermogenic type foods, more hormone friendly foods. And the reason why this is so important is because you'll see all over social media, oh, it's just about being in a caloric deficit. And then you'll see people eating crap, or they're like vegan and they're eating just like corn oil cheese, like all these crazy things, right? No, what you eat matters. We want to give our hormones all the nutrients that our hormones need so that they can function properly. When you nourish your hormones and you give them all the vitamins and the minerals and the fats that they need, they will love you and they will work for you and they will burn all that food off, and they'll use your fat storage the way you want it, and it'll help you with your libido and your energy and your focus. We have to love on our hormones, okay? But the type of foods that you eat during your eating window matters. I have so many lists of foods that you can start incorporating to help with your hormones. I'll leave the link for that below too. Okay. And there's literally foods, they're called thermogenic foods. If you guys have been following me on social, you know what I'm talking about. Adaptogens. I'm all about the adaptogens and lots of other herbs, but I love adaptogens specifically because they literally increase your metabolic rate. Okay. They actually like turn up your metabolism. It's amazing. Even water, you guys, has been researched and shown and proven to increase your metabolic rate. So stay hydrated. Okay, next thing, sleep. You need to get your beauty sleep. Oh my goodness. Okay, I was one of those people, so no judgment, where I was like, yeah, sleep, whatever. But sleep actually impacts your hormones so much, especially insulin and cortisol. So if you are doing shift work, or you're a night owl and you're scrolling on social media all night long, you're literally aging yourself, okay? And what it does is it increases your cortisol levels, it increases your insulin resistance, okay? It causes those junk food cravings, and it literally causes the body to store the belly fat, okay? So, and also lowers your happy hormones. So this is why you're probably having junk food cravings so much during the day, is you're probably not getting enough sleep. Okay, so sleep is super important. Protect that time. This is a boundaries issue, and a self-love issue, that you need to protect that time and develop a new bedtime routine and nighttime routine so you can get your beauty sleep, so you can age in reverse. Okay. Okay, next thing is, especially ladies, hear me when I say this. I'm like in my workout outfit right now to help signal this for you. You need to work out, okay? And not just working out like going for a marathon. We're not running marathons. You need to do some sort of resistance training, okay? This is so important for us ladies, because you think you're gonna get bulky. You're not gonna get bulky. I lift heavy weights and I'm not bulky, okay? Obviously you wanna do this properly, and it doesn't mean that you need to go and do strenuous exercise, but do some sort of resistance training, because you need to keep muscle on your body. I don't care if you're 16 years old, 20 years old, or 75 years old. We as women, and men, but we as women need to have muscle on our body, because it's going to increase your metabolism. It's going to help with your insulin sensitivity as well, okay? So the more muscle you have on your body, the higher your metabolism is. Okay, so I can afford to eat a lot more foods now than I ever was able to before, because before I was like skinny flabby, but now I'm 37 and I can lift heavier weights. I'm so much stronger than I was even when I was in college working out, even as an athlete, okay? And I only work out 4 times a week. Okay, so it's about working out smart, not hard. It's what I'm really focusing on with you ladies, and for myself, is what's going to give me the highest return on my investment with my time. Okay, so that proper sleep and actually working out, but actually doing resistance training. If you're going to do cardio, do HIIT, high intensity interval training. Okay, you don't have to do long periods of time, but it's been shown by science that if you incorporate this a few times a week, it's going to help with your insulin sensitivity, it's going to boost your metabolism, and it's going to help you burn fat. Okay, and it's also going to keep your bones strong, which is so important for us ladies to prevent osteoporosis. Okay, and especially for women that come to me usually in the perimenopausal age or menopause age, when your estrogen levels drop as you get older, it becomes even more important that we're monitoring our insulin and our blood sugar levels. Okay, and it becomes even more important that we do these things that I'm talking about today, because you just become more prone to becoming insulin resistant, which that's why so many women are like, I don't understand. I'm not eating anything more. I'm eating less than I was when I was younger, and I have all this stubborn belly fat. Because your hormones have changed, ton. Okay, but the good thing is, if you practice what I'm teaching you right now, it's going to help with all of that. Okay, it takes time, but it helps. And last but not least, one of my favorite things to encourage you guys to do is carve out de-stressing time during the day. You need to de-stress from your life. And if you were anything like how I was before, you know stress isn't good for you, you know that it's linked to disease or whatever, but it's like, oh, but I don't have time for that. No, you don't have time to not prioritize this. Okay, like there's such a huge correlation between high cortisol from stress, from chronic stress, and not only it affects your weight and cravings, it affects your immune system, it makes you more prone to diseases, it ages you faster. And like, why do you want to do that? So simple things like praying, gratitude journaling, proper like naps if you need a nap, meditation, dancing, getting rid of toxic relationships in your life. Actually, I'm going to drop a new book I just read. It's called something about boundaries. Anyway, it's so good if you're stressed, because that is a big source of stress for a lot of people, I would say, is just unhealthy relationships with people, with family, with the people that we love. Sometimes people like work relationships, unhealthy boundaries around like food or money, things like that, right? Or even for ourselves, just giving ourselves permission, especially us mamas, permission to take care of ourselves without feeling guilty about it. So I'm going to actually leave that link below for you guys to read that book. It'll change everything, and it'll really help you lower your stress. Okay, and then some other things that help with your stress: adaptogens. You guys know I'm all about the adaptogens, so proven by science too. Things like ashwagandha, things like rhodiola, things like holy basil, even vitamins and minerals like magnesium, vitamin D. These are all super powerful for your hormones and for your stress. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you. Let me know if you guys have any more questions. I'm going to link below everything I talked about, so you guys can hopefully watch this again, take notes, and then just reach out if you have any questions. Okay, I really, really believe that you were meant to watch this, because you can change the trajectory of your health and your future if you just start implementing any of these things today. Okay, it gets to be fun and easy. It doesn't have to be difficult. And if you want some extra support, you want to speed up your results, reach out to me. Okay, this is what I do. So many proven results with women that I work with, and I focus on the hormones versus calorie restriction. Okay, I love you guys.